Dual recliners in the back, tri-fold sofa, U-shaped dinette, plenty of kitchen prep space, and a unique storage area. Folks, this is the 2021 Keystone Passport 2900 RL. So let's start off here in the kitchen, because as I said, you have a ton of kitchen prep space. You'll see the kind of an L-shaped kitchen. It gives you a lot of prep space right here. And this I really like, because this is probably where I would do the majority of my prep anyway. Plus, you still have all this space over here off to the side for a coffee maker, electrical outlet right up top, spice rack right on the back wall there too. And you have the recessed cooktop with the glass cover, plus the sink top cover. Now this does come off, and this, of course, will double as a cutting board. So you can bring it right over here, chop everything up, you're good to go. What I always tell people is I recommend using the bottom of the sink top cover. That way the top stays looking nice. You don't have all the knife marks in it. But when we take that off, that, of course, will reveal your undermount stainless steel bowl here. Very modern cut to it. High-rise pull-out faucet, too. Right up top, we'll take a look at the storage. You have storage all the way across. Frosted glass. I'll open it up just to kind of give you an idea of what you're working with. You can see that these are separate storage areas, but they both are very large, and this one right here does go all the way back. So plenty of room for plates, cup, bowls, everything else that you need in a rear living floor plan. So again, even though it is a rear living, I think they did a really good job here in the kitchen, providing plenty of storage space, including space for a trash can, which, if you know me, that's a pretty big deal. I hate having my bags just, tied around a pole and hanging on the floor or around a drawer. Nobody wants that. So I really like when they give you that dedicated spot. I do want to say as well that you have the upgraded countertops, which is what allows you to undermount the bowl. If this were T-mold, of course, A, it would be popping out right here, but B, it wouldn't let you undermount the sink, and the undermounted sink is a much cleaner look, and it's easier to clean everything up on the countertops too. Speaking of the countertops, right over to this side is that 3-burner cooktop that is the Furion brand. It folds up and back. The thing I do like about Furion is that the glass cover just kind of stops in place right there, right? It doesn't keep going, which is really nice. You will see 2 burners in the back. Of course, the front one is just a single burner, but this front one is high output. And then it has the light up knobs if you want that. And underneath, you also see the oven light and the oven itself, of course. So if you'd like to do some baking, you have the ability to do that. And then as we drop down, you see a bank of not 1, 2, 3, but 4 full extension ball bearing drawers, folks. So plenty of drawer space there, which allows, basically everything you need. I always say you definitely need at least 1 drawer in the kitchen, preferably 2. When you can have 4, that's just like you're at home. I definitely love all the drawer space. And then underneath the oven, take a look at that. You get some spots for pots and pans down there, some decent size storage, and Dometic fridge freezer right over here to the side. This unit does run off both propane and electric and has automatic switchover. As you'd expect, there is a microwave and hood right next to that. So, if you need to microwave anything, you certainly have the capability to do that. If we take a look up at the ceiling, a couple things I want to point out. One is all the space I have. You can see this is a big barreled ceiling, and that really gives you a lot of space here in the center, which makes it feel nice and open. You don't feel closed in, especially given all the lighting. You can see 2 rows of LED lights really helps to brighten this space up. So even at night, it's still nice and bright in here. You don't feel, again, that closed-in claustrophobic feeling. Another great storage area right up top above the entertainment center. TV right in this middle of it, and then you will have the multimedia center. This unit does have an HDMI as well as a USB input, and it is Bluetooth capable. They also gave you space here for other auxiliary pieces of equipment. So if you have a Blu-ray player or a gaming system, you're able to toss that right in there. And again, more storage there underneath. And it's deep storage. A lot of times in an entertainment center, your storage is only about this deep. You can put like 1 DVD in there. Here, it's plenty deep, and it does allow you to have additional storage. Another thing I like, and you'll see these kind of spread throughout, is courtesy lights. So that way, if you're coming into the camper at night, you don't want to have all your lights on, you can just have the courtesy lights on, and it kind of guides your path. Or if you have someone that's sleeping out here, which I'll show you some sleeping places in just a moment, it allows them to see a path to be able to get to the bathroom without tripping and hurting themselves in the middle of the night. Of course, main entry door is located there, and you have 2 recliners here in the back. Now, These recliners will kick quite a ways back. Of course, to do that, though, you have to pull them out a ways. But they still do kind of have a wall hugger function where if you put it out like so, you'll see at least my legs come up. It's touching right here. Now, again, if I move the chair forward, the back will recline quite a bit more. But this is all the further I have to have it forward to be able to get my feet up, watch TV, and be nice and comfortable. You'll also see right over to the side on both sides, you have end tables. So if you have a beverage, boom, there it is. You can take a sip, good to go. Electrical outlets, I like to read a lot on an iPad just because I use the black screen feature a lot so I don't wake my wife up at night. So whether I'm out here, if I'm laying in bed, both places will have electrical outlets so I'm able to charge that iPad when I'm reading in case the battery's running low. Windows on both sides, plus the big rear window. That's one of the big draws to this style of rear living floor plan. When you're kind of in this, that 27, 28 foot or 27, 28 model number, because they're going to be, of course, a few feet longer than that. The nice thing about it is you get the two rear recliners with that big rear window, and it really does not only let in a lot of natural light, but if you have a beautiful view out the back, this is probably one of the best floor plans to be able to enjoy that view. You'll see storage on both sides too, as well as the control panel. As soon as you walk in, you have the control panel right here. One of the things I do want you to note is right there on the water heater. This one does run off both propane and electric, and you can turn both of those on at the same time for faster recovery. Making our way across either side, we get into the super slide. So, as I mentioned, this is a tri-fold sofa, and I really like tri-folds just because they are not only comfortable to sit in, because I can sit right here. I have a perfect shot to the TV straight across, and I do like this layout because you have chairs here, TV there. Everyone can watch TV if you want to watch TV, or everyone can sit here and have conversation. It's just a good layout for entertaining. And then when you do fold this out into a bed, you get that sleeping space where one adult can absolutely comfortably sleep. As long as people are okay cuddling a little bit, you can get two people on here pretty easily, and you can have another additional two here on the U-shaped dinette. So you can have 4 guests stay the night. Again, as long as it's 2 couples, or they're okay sleeping close to each other. You have that ability to sleep additional people. Now, by all means, folks, if you don't want people to stay, oh no, nothing converts into a bed. Sorry guys, love you, but you gotta go. But the fact you do have that option is pretty wonderful. Also, I like the fact that you kind of have the synthetic leather here, just because it is easy to clean. If something spills, boom, you wipe it right up. USB ports right down below for both the use in the U-shaped dinette as well as over in the sofa. Easy access to storage right down here, and you will see the woven material. They got rid of carpet in here, which I love, and they've gone to like this woven nylon material. I think it's nylon. It's like a woven plastic fiber. Don't quote me on what the plastic is. I will have to look it back up, but it's something they've used in marine for a long time. And it's very durable. It's easy to wipe everything up. Again, it doesn't stain very easy. And it's, again, it just stays looking a lot nicer for longer than what you have with carpet. There is an electrical outlet over here too, in case you have a larger device where you can't charge it with a USB port. Another thing with these LED lights, there is a dimmer switch here, folks. Just want to point that out. So if you want to dim the lights down, you can push and hold that and it will dim them down, or you can just touch it and the lights will turn off, touch it again to turn them back on. So making our way up front here, in the very beginning I talked about a really neat storage area, very unique, and this is it. So what you have is you kind of have like a coat rack right here. So you have a place to hang your jackets, which again, in a rear living floor plan like this, you normally just don't see. You have a little bench seat, so if you need to sit down and put your shoes on, you can do that. You have an entrance right over there, as well as back in the living area. You can toss some shoes under, right underneath here. There's another courtesy light. So again, helping to light stuff up. If you need to see your shoes in the dark, it allows you to do that. And you have all of this storage. So it's mimicked right here on the bottom. So whether you want to use this for additional clothes storage, if you want to use some of it for a linen closet, it gives you that option and flexibility. Right here in the bathroom, as we step in, foot flush lever toilet. As far as space, I'm fairly maxed out. Like my shoulders are hitting on both sides. It's not super tight. It's not like I can do a dance on the toilet or anything, but it is manageable. For as far as legs, I have more than enough space. The bowl is plastic. The Passport is meant to be a lighter weight model, so it makes sense. But again, I myself personally would probably switch that out to a porcelain bowl. And folks, if that is something you want and you're not comfortable doing it, and I don't blame you, plumbing can be very tough. But that is something that the techs here at Camping World will happily take care of. We have no issues. We'll measure it out, make sure that the toilet you want is going to fit in that space, and then we can have that installed for you. As for the shower space, you'll see that you have the shower doors in the roller track. The thing I do like about this is that the water runs right down into the shower pan rather than like a curtain where it gets all over. And take a look at head height, especially with that skylight. Folks, I can be 6'3", maybe 6'4", still be able to stand in the shower. That is very impressive in a travel trailer. Right outside of that, you have a mirrored medicine cabinet, electrical outlet there, sink top, and then of course, if we open this up underneath, you'll see not only plumbing access, but there is enough room for a small trash can right down there, which I like because I do enjoy having a trash can in my bathroom. And then as we step into the bedroom, we'll open this up, you'll see wardrobe on both sides, of course, mirrored doors. You have big nightstands on both sides as well. And one of the things I really like about the Passport line, folks, this is a 60 by 80 residential size mattress. So it is a full 80-inch length. So if you're, again, if you're a taller person, you're sick of your feet hanging off, you may want a Passport because that full 80-inch length is the same thing you will find at home. That also means if you want to replace the mattress, which, let me give you a little insight, folks, and this is really no secret. Most RV manufacturers don't spend a ton of money on the mattress because people have different comfort levels. What one person finds comfortable, someone else may not. That's basically why a Sleep Number bed exists, right? Is because you and your partner may have different firmness or softness levels that you find comfortable. So if a RV manufacturer puts in a $1,000 mattress, you may hate it. So they generally get a relatively inexpensive mattress. And most people tell you ones from the manufacturer are not comfortable. But with a full residential queen size space, that means you can replace it with a residential mattress if you so choose. The only thing I will tell you is just be wary of the thickness, because I've seen people, where you get really thick mattresses and, you're going to have some issues here. If it gets too big, you might, because of the curvature, you might have a little bit of complication there. So, don't go getting a 14-inch thick mattress or anything. But just know that you can replace it with a residential one. And again, we'll be happy to help you out if you have questions on what you can install. You'll also notice storage right across the top here. Last couple things. One, the slider door. Take a look at that. It is, has a nice design on it. It's not just a plain wood panel, right? They have a couple little color differentials in the panels, which I like. If you want a TV, they do have a spot to be able to mount that TV. And lastly, you have a secondary entrance or exit. That way, if someone's sleeping on that trifold, you don't have to try to get around them. You can just enter or exit the camper right from here. Now that we've seen the insides, take a look at some of the outside features on the Keystone Passport 2900 RL. Starting off right up front is a power tongue jack. The great thing about this is it makes it a lot easier to hook up and disconnect from your tow vehicle because all you have to do is flip the rocker switch right here to extend and retract the tongue. You also have a light for added visibility at night. You also see behind that, you have this little plug, you can pop that out. So in the rare event the motor fails, you have a manual override so you're not stuck out at the campsite. Behind that are two 20-pound propane tanks with the cover, as well as rails right here for the battery. And then over to the side, you can see way over there in the frame, you have ZAMP solar prep. So if you do want solar on this camper, all you have to do is buy portable panels, plug it in right there, it'll trickle charge the battery, you're good to go. You also have the diamond edge plating up the front, helping to protect that front end a little bit from any rocks or debris that may get thrown up by your tow vehicle, and the front 3/4 cap. Now, one of the things I really like that Passport did is they give you this big faux window. So it gives that big, beautiful look without any chances of leaks. Granted, it doesn't let in any light, but it's a give and take. I do really like the looks of it though, and it has some dimension to it as well, which is nice, plus adds some additional insulation. Coming around to this side is the pass-through, and it's a pretty large pass-through. Now, you'll see it's not quite the full length, the full height here, but it is very wide and you have large doors. You will also see right up here, you have power stabilizer jacks. One will control the front, the other will control the rear. When Passport added that, I think it was for the mid-2020 model year, when they added the power stabilizer jacks, they also went to a fully walkable roof. So the Passport does have a fully walkable roof. You can get up there, do any maintenance that you need to do. As we saw inside, this one does have 2 entrances, this being the secondary entrance into the bedroom, standard pull-out steps, as well as the grab handle right here. And then you will also notice the black tank flush right down below. If we take a look at the axles, you will see that it is a spread axle system. Now, the great thing about that is you'll get better towability going down the road. Because you have a wider wheelbase, you will get less sway, especially with the light weight of this unit. That's especially important, and that's why I say it, having that spread axle will definitely get you better towability here on the Passport. Another thing I do want to point out, it's kind of tough to see, but underneath this one does have a fully enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly, which will help you extend your camping season into some of the late fall season. I wouldn't go as far as to go, full winter camping, but again, if you're doing some late fall, early spring, the Passport will be able to handle it. If you want TV outside, it is backed for a bracket right there, so you know exactly where to mount it, and then the connections are here, so both your cable outlet as well as the electrical outlet. And then up top, you'll notice the power awning with the LED light strip and a couple outside speakers, so if you want to listen to music outside, you have the capability to do that. You see the More Ride step above steps for the primary entrance, definitely an upgraded step system, aluminum treads. You will also see the grip tape on there, and you get the larger foldable grab handle, giving you more control when entering or exiting the RV. Right here on the back, you will see this one has the hookup for a grill, so that way you can just put the grill right on here, swing it around, and you'll have the propane quick connect underneath. As I mentioned earlier, you can see right there, this one does have the ladder prep, because again, they went to the fully walkable roof, so if you want a ladder, one can be installed. Also mounted to the bumper is a spare tire with a cover. That of course will help keep the spare tire nice and fresh so it doesn't get beat up by UV rays, and it's probably one of the easiest places to access a spare. You can see that big beautiful window there, and then right above it is backup camera prep. So if you want backup camera, having that prep does make it easier to install, meaning it'll save you money on labor. Right over here is your 30 amp connection. So that of course is pretty simple. It's a detachable power cord. You can unplug it, hide it in the pass-through. And then when you want to go, you can plug it right in there, and that will give you full power to operate everything inside the RV, including the AC and the TV. And then coming right up front, a couple quick things. I just want to drop down here so you can see your termination with both your black and gray tank valves. And then lastly, right up here are both of your water connections, your city water inlet and fresh water inlet, as well as the outside shower with hot and cold water access. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2021 Keystone Passport 2900 RL. If you're interested in this travel trailer and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Also in the comments section, let me know what you think they nailed, what they failed, or if you were designing this RV, what you would change. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'm Ian Baker. Let's go camp.